know exactly what you want to say until everyone looks at you. Then your confidence disappears. And the strange part is, you probably don't become less intelligent in that moment. Your brain simply changes how it behaves. When people look at you, your brain can interpret their attention as a form of social threat. Your heart speeds up, your muscles tense, your thoughts become harder to organize, and suddenly, simple words feel difficult. This is why confidence isn't simply about believing you're good enough. It's also about controlling what happens inside your brain. And that's exactly what these 7 psychology tricks are designed to help you do. The first trick is surprisingly simple. Stop trying to impress people. When you're focused on impressing everyone, part of your brain is constantly monitoring how you're performing.
You're thinking about your voice, your posture, your words, your facial expression, and whether people are judging you. That's a lot of mental processing happening at once. And the more you monitor yourself, the less attention you have available for speaking naturally. Instead, shift your attention outward. Focus on the message you're trying to communicate, not on how you're being perceived. The goal isn't to make everyone like you. The goal is to make your message clear enough to understand. This small shift reduces pressure because you're no longer performing for the audience. You're simply communicating with them. And when the pressure drops, your natural speaking ability starts coming back. The second trick is to slow down. Nervous people often speak faster without realizing it. Their brain wants to escape the uncomfortable situation as quickly as possible. But speaking faster doesn't make you sound more confident. It usually makes you sound less controlled. Slowing down gives your brain more time to organize thoughts. It also gives your words more weight. Try adding tiny pauses between important points. Don't rush to fill every second with sound.
A pause can actually make you appear more confident because it shows you're comfortable enough to think before speaking. Think about powerful speakers you've seen. They don't necessarily speak quickly, they speak deliberately. The third trick is using your body to influence your mind. Your posture sends signals back to your brain. Stand with your feet stable, shoulders relaxed, and chest open. You don't need to look powerful. You need to look comfortable. When your body feels stable, your brain receives a different signal. You're safe, and that can reduce unnecessary tension. There's another physical trick that helps. Breathe slowly before you speak. Don't take huge, dramatic breaths. Just slow your breathing down. Slow breathing can help calm your nervous system before you enter a stressful speaking situation. Do it before a presentation, meeting, interview, or difficult conversation. Just a few controlled breaths can change your starting state. The fourth trick is surprisingly powerful. Prepare your first sentence. Most people prepare what they want to say, but forget how they'll begin. The beginning creates momentum. If you know exactly how you'll start, you don't have to fight through those first nervous seconds. Instead of thinking, "What do I say?" you're simply delivering something you've already practiced. For example, don't start with a complicated explanation. Start with one clear sentence that tells people exactly where you're going. Once you've started confidently, the rest becomes much easier. The fifth trick is to stop fearing mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes while speaking. You might forget a word, stumble over a sentence, or lose your train of thought. Confident speakers don't avoid these moments. They recover from them without making the mistake bigger than it actually is. If you make a mistake, pause. Correct yourself if necessary, then keep going. Don't apologize 5 times. Don't explain why you made the mistake. And definitely don't let one small error destroy your confidence. Most people forget your small mistakes much faster than you think. You're usually paying more attention to them than anyone else is. This leads to the sixth trick. Stop trying to eliminate nervousness completely. Learn to reinterpret it. Your racing heart doesn't automatically mean you're failing. It can simply mean your body is preparing you for something important. That energy can actually help you become more alert, focused, and ready to perform. Instead of thinking, "I'm nervous," try thinking, "My body is getting ready." That small change in interpretation can completely change how you experience the moment. And now, the final trick. The final trick is to focus on the other person, not yourself. When you're nervous, your attention turns inward. You start monitoring your voice, your appearance, and every little mistake. But conversation isn't a performance. It's an exchange between people. So instead of thinking, how am I doing? Ask, what does this person need from me? Maybe they need clarity. Maybe they need reassurance. Maybe they simply need someone who can explain the idea clearly. Once your attention moves outward, you have less mental space left for self-doubt. And that can make you feel more natural, more focused, and surprisingly, more confident. So let's put all 7 tricks together. Stop trying to impress people. Slow down. Use confident body language. Control your breathing. Prepare your first sentence. Don't fear mistakes. Reinterpret nervousness. And finally, focus your attention on the person you're speaking to. And remember, confidence isn't the absence of nervousness. It's knowing what to do when nervousness appears. You don't have to wait until you feel confident to start speaking confidently. Sometimes the action comes first and the feeling follows afterward. The next time you have to speak, remember these 7 psychological shifts before you walk into the room. Don't try to become someone else. Become more comfortable being yourself while communicating clearly. Because the most convincing confidence isn't loud. It feels calm, controlled, and genuine. And that kind of confidence doesn't come from pretending you're fearless. It comes from trusting yourself to handle the moment. You might still feel your heart beating. You might still feel nervous. But now you know what to do. So speak slower, breathe deeper, focus outward, and give yourself permission to make mistakes. Because confidence isn't something you wait for. It's something you build every time you choose to speak. Every time you speak despite the nerves, you're teaching your brain that speaking is safe. The first few times may feel uncomfortable. That's normal. Confidence grows through repeated exposure, not overnight transformation. Start small. Speak up once during a meeting. Ask a question. Share an opinion without rehearsing it perfectly. Each small action gives your brain evidence that you can handle being seen and heard. And eventually, the situation that once felt threatening starts feeling familiar. That's when something changes. You stop thinking about surviving the conversation and start thinking about what you actually want to communicate. Your attention moves from fear toward purpose, and that's where real speaking confidence begins. So don't wait for the nerves to disappear before you speak. Speak, breathe, recover, and keep going. Because every conversation is another opportunity to train your brain, strengthen your confidence, and become a better speaker. And the next time everyone looks at you, remember, you don't need to be fearless. You just need to start speaking. You don't need to sound perfect. You need to sound clear, calm, and intentional. Confidence isn't about having zero fear. It's about refusing to let fear control your behavior. You can feel nervous and still speak clearly. You can feel uncomfortable and still hold eye contact. You can make a mistake and still continue. That's what real confidence looks like. So before your next conversation, remember the first rule. Stop performing for approval. Slow your speech, relax your body, breathe slowly, and prepare the first sentence. When mistakes happen, recover quickly. When nerves appear, reinterpret them as energy. And when you speak, stop watching yourself. Start paying attention to the person you're trying to reach. Because the moment you stop trying to look confident, you often start becoming confident. And that is the real secret. Confidence grows from action, not waiting. The more you practice speaking, the less your brain treats it like a threat. Eventually, what once felt terrifying becomes just another normal conversation. And that's when speaking confidence starts feeling natural instead of forced. So don't wait for confidence to arrive. Start practicing the behaviors that create it. The next time you have to speak, remember these 7 tricks and use just one of them. Then use another one tomorrow. Small changes repeated consistently can completely transform the way you communicate. Subscribe for more psychology-based videos that help you become more confident, communicate better, and understand yourself.